Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Mack again, and in this video we are going to learn how to code our awesome pollination build that we did using our Lego Spike Essentials kit. First, you will need to go to the website spike.legoeducation.com. It's right up here in the upper left corner in my address bar, spike.legoeducation.com. Now, like I said, these are the essential kits, so we're going to press on the Spike Essential Kit. And then we're going to go to the unit plans. Scrolling down a little bit, we want the science and nature and our daily life. And if you notice, build number 3 is the pollination one. Now, this is going to set the scene for you. It says, Maria saw bees on the flowers of her apple tree. She wonders what they're doing. Can you help her learn? And then I press the next button here, that arrow to the right. There we go. It's not letting, there. Now, why do plants need pollen? Good question. How does it get from one flower to another? Another good question. And how do the plants of a flower make this easier? I'm sorry, how do the parts of a flower make this easier? Good questions. We've already built this model, and this model is to show how animals move pollen from one plant to another. So I'm going to press the right arrow one more time, next step. And the first thing I need to do is connect the brain to the iPad. It needs to talk to each other. It's going to pair or sync together. So I'm going to press this yellow circle button. And what's going to happen is Bluetooth is trying to connect these two, just like Bluetooth on your phone. Yeah. So this button right here, on the brain or on the hub, is the on-off button. So you're going to press and hold that button. And then once the light comes on and it starts flashing, you are charged and ready to go. If it's red at any time, then that means the battery needs to be charged, okay, or the hub needs to be charged. Next, I'm going to press open to open the connection window. All right, so what's happening is right now the website is scanning and trying to look for the brain. And it's having trouble finding it. I wonder if it just got turned off again somehow. Let's turn it back on. There we go. Blinking. Yes. Nice. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to click on it and I'm going to press pair. Hopefully your iPads are not trying to connect to everybody's brain and it doesn't have all of these it doesn't have all of them pop up at one time. Hopefully it's just one that it's finding and it's yours. If it's not, we'll work on that and with another time. I'll have to come in and help you with that. So let's press pair. Did the battery die again? What's going on? Let's try turning it back on again. There we go. Yep, that was all that it is. I wonder what's happening. My battery is charged. Oh, technology sometimes. All right, so now what's happening is Lego is trying to help you along with the programming part. Programming is when we add code to make the computers do something. So what we want is to program this model to show how pollination happens, how this bee is going to fly from one flower to the next, and again, it's going to keep going in a circle. So if you've ever used Scratch before, what you are seeing down here is very similar. These are called blocks. So this is all block coding, except these aren't word blocks like you see on Scratch. These are actually icon blocks. So they're pictures, okay? A little bit simpler. So what it's telling me to do is grab the start button, which happens to be this yellow play button. And then I'm going to move it right up there onto my stage. Now I need to find or pull this block up and I have to snap it right on to the other one. Now this orange block that I just pulled is called a loop. Basically, that's a repeat. It's going to say, do this same thing again and again and again so that I don't have to keep telling it to do it or keep pressing the play button over and over. It's going to do it on its own. Now, what are we trying to loop? Well, this is the first block we're going to pull into the loop. This is a motion block, and it's going to make the motor turn to the left. That arrow is pointing to the left, and it's only going to make it go a half of a turn. That's what this down here is. This is a variable. I can change that if I want, and see as I scroll over it, it lets me kind of change, but I only want it to go a half of a turn. Okay, if I wanted to do a full turn, I would go all the way to 1, but I just want a half, so that's at 0.5. Now, the next thing that it wants me to pull is the wait block. Oh no, I'm sorry. There we go. So the wait block looks like the little hourglass, and that means it's going to wait for 2 seconds after it made its turn. So since this is sitting all inside of the loop or the repeat block, what's going to happen is when I press the start down here, the play button, it is going to turn to the left for a half of a rotation, stop for 2 seconds, make another turn, a half a turn to the left, stop for 2 seconds, and then make another half of a turn to the left, stop for 2 seconds, make another half turn to the left, stop for 2 seconds. You'll see. Let's go ahead and get this camera down a little bit and get everything set up so that you can see. Here's what's going to happen. Sorry, it's blurry. Let's see. All right, that helps. It's not as blurry. All right, let's hit play and find out what happens. There it goes. So my bee is pollinating my flowers. How awesome. Now I'm going to press stop, which is right next to the play. It's that red square button, and he should stop. Now, little troubleshooting. If your bee happened to be, I don't know, let's say over here when you hit play, it's not going to stop on the flower. Let's look what happens. It goes past the flowers. I wonder how we can fix that. Oh, any ideas? I have an idea. I'm going to press stop so the code being sent to the brain. I'm actually going to move my bee so that he is starting now over a flower. Let's see if that works. If I hit play again. Oh! It worked! So, boys and girls, if your bee is not stopping at a flower, all you have to do is change the place that the bee is starting from. Just change the location and make sure he's starting on top of the flower. All right, I'm going to press stop. Now, something else that we can add, because this is a pretty simple code, and to get rid of this right here, I can click the next button because it's just going to ask me a few more questions. Let's move this. There we go. Yeah, using which parts of the plants help move the pollen, all of this. All right, very good. And so now we are going to go up with that, and it gets rid of that. And now we have our whole stage a little bit more open. All right, so something I think that would be really fun for you to add would be these sound blocks down here. Everybody loves a little bit of sound. I have animal sounds. I have kind of like computer type sounds. And then I have music, more musical ones. I really like these these animal sounds. And I'm going to show you which one here. So what I'm going to do, what I want to have happen is whenever the bee stops at the flower, when he gets to the flower, I want a sound to happen. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there. Very good. And now again, this is a variable. And when I click on it, it's going to give me all these other options. So what's sound number 1? Oh, that's not what I want. Nope. Oh, 3 sounds very nature. I kind of like that one. I think sound number 3 is my best one. This one right here with the dice is just kind of like a surprise. It can be any of those 8 sounds. I don't want a surprise. I'm going to have it be number 3. I want it to sound kind of like a bird. Kind of reminds me of, outside, nature, birds, bees, all that good stuff. All right, so let's see what happens when I press play. Oh, wait a minute. It's not quite what I want. Can you hear it, by the way? Now I've turned up my sound. Here's the thing, though. It's making the sound at the wrong time. I want the sound to happen when he gets to the flower, not when he's leaving the flower. Did you notice that? I wonder what happens if I were to change and move this block in between. Let's see. By the way, my dog is not really liking this sound, so I'm wondering what's going to happen when I press play again, if you're going to hear some real live animal sounds. Oh. That's more of what I want. Yes, that's exactly what I'm wanting. Fantastic. Now, boys and girls, at this point in time, you need to start playing around and experiencing these codes on your own. There's some other tools here that you can use, and I just want you to see what happens when you start dropping them into your line of code that you already have. If you don't like something, it's very easy to get rid of it. All you need to do is grab it and bring it down to the bottom. There we go, all the way down. And then it goes away. Okay, it's like you're throwing it in the trash can. So if I wanted to just have my original code like that, but remember it was 2 seconds, not 12. There we go. I can keep that, but I want to challenge you, and I want you to see what else you can come up with. Maybe add a sound, maybe add some speed to it. Maybe he goes fast at one flower and then slow to another flower. See what you can come up with. Good luck.